Greetings, Kindred. Hi, I'm Voivode Maquette. This is Daviga, and we are about to put together his character sheet for our Black Sheep Thicker Than Water Chronicle. We've pretty much done this with all... You're the last one.
Yeah.
You're the last one to go, and I believe that you at least have an inkling of what you want to do.
Yeah, I was like, are you going to mention to them that we got partway through the video and then realized that
Have to refilm.
Computer 8 our homework.
Yeah, this is the second major freaking techno issue that we've had with Black Sheep so far, but we are soldiering on. So we're going to go ahead and use Mr. Gon's character sheets. This is what we're using for all of them. And I'm going to go...
do a rough draft.
You got to do a rough draft. That's exactly what we're doing. So we're down here. You guys have any questions? We're down here.
I'm shrinking.
So you're playing a Milliner.
Yes.
And I'm going to have you type everything because I can't reach comfortably. And
Okay, well, neither can I, really. So maybe I'm going to steal your keyboard here.
yeah, steal it. Steal the keyboard.
And keep me away from the mouse.
That's detachable.
Because your mouse has ambush buttons on the side.
I'll handle mouse. You handle... You know what? I'm glad that you did the ambush buttons.
Hey, at least we didn't get all the way through.
Yeah. So we're doing a Milliner. That's two L's. Alright, and you wanted to check out the top baby names of the 1950s.
Because I still hadn't picked a first name by the time that we found out what was going on there.
And the Milliner family joined the Giovanni around the 1950s, 60s. So,
and they're kind of standard American whatever, is my understanding. So let's see what we got.
So your top 1950s baby names.
James, Michael, Robert. See, these sound like kind of what I thought. William, Richard, Thomas, Mark. Well, we already put a Thomas on there for somebody a minute ago. Charles. Hey, Chuck.
Want to be Chuck Milliner?
Mark's not bad.
Mark always felt like it should be short for something. You know?
Marcangelo.
Well, like Marcus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, just like Mark by itself, just is like what? Maybe Paul?
Paul's not bad.
Paul?
That kills people. Okay. Yeah, Paul it is.
Paul Milliner. Paul the wine guy. All right. I wonder if anybody else is going to catch what I just... Paul.
Oh, my.
You can play a Hecata named Paul Bearer.
Oh, God.
All right, and your concept, you wanted to be the provider of food.
Yeah, well...
So you're going to have a herd.
That farm upstate that we were talking about.
So you're going to have a herd for people, so you're going to be the shepherd. That makes sense.
Herd management.
Herd management. Are you actually writing herd management?
No. Here we go. There we go. Human resources. I broke the ST. We haven't even started yet.
We started an hour ago. That's why you broke the ST. All right. So Chronicle is thicker than water, as always. Black Sheep.
Every time I get that song, you remember from Scott Pilgrim, Black Sheep, go home. No, nothing.
Oh yeah, God, I forgot about that. Any idea on your ambition?
Nah, still got no clue on that.
Desire?
Some of this stuff we're gonna have to see what goes on, because one of my primary things is I never paid much attention to the Giovanni at all. So I don't really know how they do.
Now we had gone over your predator type, and you wanted to go bagger.
Yep.
Which makes a lot of sense, I think, in your line of work. Truthfully. You are going to be a 14th gen, not like it matters. You're going to be a Duskborn.
Because it's doubtful that they made one of me before they made one of me.
Exactly. And your sire was who we were marking down as going to be Thomas.
Yes, Thomas Milliner.
Which we were saying would most likely end up being like your grandson or something like that.
Grandkids already getting embraced. I don't even know what the hell's going on.
Even
the family craps on the family.
I really wonder though if like the reason why he's embracing you is because he got permission finally to embrace, and he chose you, not you got permission.
See,
I
like that with the overnight kind of scenario too. He's
Grandpa's dying.
God damn it, Grandpa! Fuck.
Grandpa's dying. We got to embrace Grandpa. All right, so we want to have. We went ahead and did all this stuff.
Yes.
What is your strongest attribute?
Manipulation.
Makes a lot of sense if you're going to be the HR.
I mean, does HR not sound like it's a title that constructed by vampires at your company?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. All right.
They're trying to suck you dry.
Your the next thing is going to be your weakest attribute, which you're going to get a 1
Dude's
in.
pushing his 80s. He's not strong anymore.
Okay. So 1.
Wait, that's stamina.
Oh, strength. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. What is going to be your you get 3 attributes at 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, managing people and redirecting people and catching them, you got to have charisma for that.
Charisma, so 3.
Mm-hmm. And then follow that up with a healthy dose of willpower to stay in a dirty ass job.
So those 2.
Mm-hmm. And that's the 3s.
Okay, and everything else is at 2. So you're going to get 2 in stamina.
Yeah, I'm not going to get the best Tony checks on this character, but
yeah,
you can't have everything.
All right, and then you wanted to be a specialist,
mm-hmm.
and your top was going to be insight.
Mm-hmm. You got to be able to look in their eyes and see if they're a flight risk.
You're not wrong. You get 3 at 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we wanted to go with persuasion. Leadership. Mm-hmm. And let's see, third one, subterfuge, the subtle art of lying it right out your ass.
I hate that. I hate that little half bubbles.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, print it out. I'll put a Sharpie on it.
Yeah, that's true. Your next is going to be 3 at 2.
All right. So let's see. So intimidation. When persuasion fails, you got a backup plan.
Well, your manipulation is high, so that's intimidation.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I haven't done that many of these, to be honest. This is a little bit of a necessary change of pace. This is the anti-Sam here. He's going to he's going to choose hitting as his last option.
That's
believe
good.
it or not. So let's see. 2.
Yep.
Medicine. Cleaning up the boo-boos and problems. Wait.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to give me an extra.
Nope.
You're
not getting extra shit.
You never do.
Nope.
You never do.
I'm stingy.
Yeah.
And 1 more at 2.
1 more at 2. I'm trying to remember what we did last run around, to be honest, at this point. Streetwise, something, intimidation.
Now,
awareness, and also awareness. Because if you've got less than 4 dice, you just are going to have a hard time.
All right, and you get and you get 3 more at 1.
Okay. Let's see. Melee. Mm-hmm. Firearms. Because you don't want to Marcus yourself in the leg the first time you get a gun.
What?
Hunter the parenting.
Oh,
I'm going to drop the gun, and bam!
The new episode came out a couple hours ago.
I can't wait. I can, but,
yeah.
Anticipation is a thing. Let's see.
Finance?
Yeah, finance is probably a good idea right there.
Given who you are.
Mm-hmm. That's not even a developed skill. That's literally just being around the family as they talk about their 401ks and all this other shit that they're doing.
Very true.
The double Irish offshore transfer,
Now, you do not have science, academics, crafts, or performance. But you do get 1 specialty of your choice.
Yeah, and we talked about this. I still love the idea. De-escalation in persuasion. So the only vampire who ever tried to do this.
I think that's a damn good idea.
we could stand to try and de-escalate situations a lot more, and we don't.
Agreed. All right, so next in the book, it does say disciplines, which you don't get nothing of. I'm sorry. So after that is predator type, where you wanted to go bagger.
Yeah.
And bagger comes...
There was some debate about that, because Scene Queen, Siren, Osiris, there's a lot of things. Extortionist. Actually, that one was like my number 2.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different possibilities when you're basically, conceptually, you're running a herd, and that's what you do.
But I think bagger works really well.
Bagger's real good for that.
I think bagger works really well. So with that, you get a specialty in either larceny or streetwise.
Yeah, streetwise black market.
Streetwise.
That's just being a Giovanni almost.
And you'll get some extra points to shove into there. You do get... Here it says that you gain 1 point in either blood sorcery, if you're a Tremere, or offuscate. And you're playing a thin blood. And I had said... Since there is literally nothing in the book that states anything otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and give you that 1 point in Obfuscate.
Oh my god. That's such a nice spending.
Because it's going to represent how much you fed off of this group.
It's just a constant diet of that.
Yeah.
It just gels enough.
Exactly. So...
It'll never get past that 1 point, but there it is.
Yeah. So if anybody has anything to say about that with rules or anything, if there's better rules, if there's update in the book that I don't know about or something like that, let me know. But I am going to allow Daviga's character to have that 1 point in Obfuscate.
What's it? Cloak of Shadows. You're
going to take Cloak of Shadows?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Cloak of Shadows. I think I would have taken the other one.
What? Silence of Death?
I would have taken Silence of Death. Just because it's so subtle as a thin blood. No one would ever even notice that you had it. But you'd still get major benefits for sneaking around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's personal preference.
This is a get out of death free card in a tough spot.
It is.
It's important to hoard get out of death free cards.
So you also gain the feeding merit. So we'll go down on merits. Feeding merit.
Oh, that's right.
It's already in there.
Nice.
Iron Gullet, which is 3 points. Which is good. You also gain an enemy under backgrounds. Someone who believes that you owe them. And I had suggested...
What was it?
Sunny Black.
Sunny Black, yeah.
So if you want to go ahead and put that on there, that's another member of the Giovanni family. He's technically a member of the Putanesca. He's one of their enforcers.
Get that de-escalation specialty out there.
I really see him and you being maybe... rivals from when you were younger. So
how old is he?
He's been around.
He from the same generation?
Yeah, he's from the same generation, but he still looks young.
He still looks young because he went ghoul all the time. But guess who got embraced first?
Yeah, and that's gonna tick him off more than anything.
Well, you know what? I think I can lean in on the Schadenfreude there and just be super pleased to take him off a bit.
All right,
so you're a Milliner, I think the opposite side of getting your grudges in there is when you do manage to land one hit, you just can ride that warm, fuzzy feeling of hatred for years.
True. Now, we are on your advantages and disadvantages. Since things got screwed there, I am happy to let you roll again.
Let's see if I can get a 1.
Because I prefer the... You'd have to get a 1 or a 2 to get a 1. Because it's 1 or 2 equals 1,
that's
3
a
or 4
20%
equals 2.
chance. This die came up a 10, dumping it out of the dish. So let's see what you can do.
What you got?
Come on, buddy. It's a 4.
It's 4, okay, so you got 2 points.
Okay. All right. Well, nothing changed.
Yeah, nothing changed. So you are going to take the Milliner family
to the
lore sheet, which is called Grudge Masters. You got that book?
Yeah,
okay, it's called.
Yeah, I hid it.
It's in the book Children of the Blood.
Get that on camera.
I'll put it up so that people can see it.
Yeah, well, I'm doing my bit.
And I believe it's the second one in there.
It is the very second lore sheet.
And you wanted to put 3 points into Perfect Grudge. So 2 of those points
are... it's plural.
So 2 of those points are already taken. So I'm going to go ahead and put lore sheet we'll go ahead and put that down there, and go ahead and mark down how you can find what you're looking for.
Oh, you want the source on there?
Whichever. This is primarily for you.
But let's see. Children of the Blood. 102.
It shrinks.
Oh, that's handy.
All right. Now, there's your free stuff.
Plus
-1. Yeah, so you have 6 points of advantages to play with, and
let's burn those to the ground.
Okay, so what are you thinking?
Okay, so I wanted,
wanted to take...
See, while I was traveling around all these weeks, I may not have gotten simple things like my name picked out with enough definition for me to remember them, but I did look at these lore sheets, and I knew exactly what I wanted to go with.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put lore sheet again.
You know, standard for Daviga. Math first, everything else will fill in when we get the inspiration.
So what else are you thinking?
Okay, so next up is another one of those. C2B 102, no change there, of course, but you owe me.
You owe me.
You gotta...
And that's the fourth one, right?
You'll capitalize that whole
Wow.
thing. You owe me.
And that's the fourth, right?
That's 4, yeah. That one's pricey, but
okay. What do those two do?
Oh, they're beautiful. They're beautiful, and they're so for a Milliner. Even as little as I know about that, I can tell you that right now. So, perfect grudges. The Milliners are known for their grudges, but you're a true poster child. When you're slighted or beaten on a roll by an SPC, you may create a project dedicated to revenge.
Oh my God, Sonny's got a run.
Its launch roll automatically succeeds. And you may add 2 dice to any goal rolls. This character can have as many grudge projects as their dots in composure. Let's see.
That's awesome.
Okay, I can keep 3 of these running.
Okay, what's you owe me?
Alrighty. So you owe me. The Milliners always get their due, even at the worst possible, especially at the worst possible time. What's the point of calling in something unless it's the worst possible time? Once per story, you may spend a willpower point and declare that an SPC in the scene owes you a favor in secret, and it's payback time. The SPC must fulfill their favor to the best of their ability by the end of the story, as determined by ST.
Nice.
I'm paraphrasing slightly.
Okay, so you got those. And I believe that is... There you go. That's that. So you get 2 points in... flaws you got to take too, and they can be background flaws or they can be legit flaws.
Okay. Well, let's look at the flaws listing here.
All right. The flaws list
could always take more enemies.
True. There's always these special things here. Dark Secret, Methuselah's Third.
See, I don't think the 50s is quite far enough to be archaic. You could make an argument.
That could be. Living in the Past.
Which one's the one where you can take a touchstone for something fucking repugnant?
I don't think that's a flaw.
It's one of those, too. There's literally, like... children should be seen and not heard kind of things. Things that are...
Interesting. Okay, so living in the past, you haven't grasped the modern mindset, or you just don't want to. You have one or more serious outdated convictions.
That's the
convictions, not touchstones.
Ah.
The Pope's word is law. Women are delicate flowers. Lower classes exist only to serve. Or burn your enemy's baggage.
What? They skipped over some of the cringier possibilities.
These archaic moralities maintain your humanity, but are odious to many.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 1.
Okay.
You could take 2.
Yeah, I'm just having trouble thinking of anything that I would actually want to roll with, because it has the possibility of there's some real bastardry in some of the conventions that people walk around with.
I think that's the point. It's a flaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the player doesn't want to run some of these.
True. I understand.
Because the first thing that comes to mind, you're talking about a standard basic white middle class 1950s guy. You're gonna get some racism and sexism right there. And as much as that would be appropriate and could be fun at times, it could be a real headache to have that as an actual element on this cheat.
I know that you and I can tell you right now that your character and Cole's character Hattie are going to butt heads massively when it comes to that.
Yeah, well, probably right off the top. But to be honest, if there's anything that I could say on that, if you're in HR for as long as he is, you might become a little more cosmopolitan.
True.
Just because you're like, oh, you know what? Everyone tastes the same on the inside.
Okay. Well, there's the classics. There's like prey exclusion.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I always...
Steak bait.
Oh, wow. You know, I mean, I kind of could, because I'm already... Oh, how does that interact? What is it?
Oh, you die.
Oh, you just straight up die if you get staked.
Yeah, as it is of the Thin Blood, if you get staked, you torpor.
Yeah.
You take mass trauma damage, you don't actually get staked, you just torpor.
Yeah.
This would just kill you.
I mean, this is a limited duration engagement. That's not the worst possible thing I could take.
You wouldn't know. Your character wouldn't know you have that flaw until it's too late.
No, you wouldn't. See, I wouldn't normally even consider such a thing, which is its own appeal. Really.
That's true. That's true.
Because it's so far outside of the box.
That could remove you from play.
It could happen at any time.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Steak bait.
We're gonna live dangerously.
I'm
like Austin Powers.
I am terrified of that, actually. What is steak? Mystic steak bait.
I tend to like mythic flaws anyway, to be honest. I feel more
mythic, not mystic.
Yeah, I feel more vampire-y if you could throw rice to divert me.
That's that's terrifying, though. Oh my god!
It's a. Let's see if I can talk my way out of that sort of situation.
Okay, so now Chronicle Tenants. We are using.
Was a vampire.
You wouldn't use skateboard to eat spaghetti now, would you, Otto? It's the wrong tool for the job. Use a vampire. I used a steak. All right, Chronicle Tenants. We are using the street code because it's the best fit for our playstyle, which are no snitches. Snitches get stitches. Respect others and demand respect. Well, it doesn't say snitches get stitches in the book. It says no snitching. And no killing outsiders. Now, we had discussed your touchstones a little bit, and you had come up with one.
Yes.
Or we had come up with one together, and that is the fact that
I liked that one.
We do have Janet Milliner.
Damn it.
Who works for Salvador Pudinesca at his auto lot. So she mostly does the books, and yeah, always finish the job. She
just sounds like a nose to the grindstone.
Yeah, type. I can see you being like, do we need to take care of this guy? And her being like, no, it's my job. I got to do it. So that's understandable. But
that's a very Milliner conviction
it is.
To go with, to be honest.
It is. Now, a fun thing with that you're going to have to deal with is the fact that the new boss of the Pudinesca, not the lead, but like one of the lieutenants, is a guy named Lorenzo Pudinesca, who Janet seems to have a little bit of a crush on.
On a fucking Pudinesca? Are you kidding me, Janet?
Yep.
You fucking kidding me?
Yep. That's Glenn's character. She's got a bit of a crush on him.
Oh.
She's having a hard time relating to the fact that he's been embraced. So every time he walks in, she's like, you want a Coke or some water? She's like, oh, damn, stupid. I love that character so far. Janet's just been a lot of fun to play with. All right, and then we got that stuff. Your humanity is set to 7. And let's go ahead and get that stuff. Your health is your stamina plus 3,
your
so
health
5.
Is don't get stabbed, especially by stakes.
Don't get stabbed. Your willpower is going to be 6. And your blood potency is at a special 0.
Did you grab the companion?
I have.
Fantastic.
Grabbed the companion.
Because we're going to want that chart.
Yeah, you're going to... That's where we realized we had screwed up.
Oh, yeah. We were trying to get that.
We've actually shaved down about 30 minutes off of this process.
Well, some of it was going to get cut out in post. Because it was us looking up stuff and things like that. Okay, so blood potency, we got 0. So your blood surge is... Yeah, you can do the clicking.
Yeah, I'll do the clicking. All right, what's your mend amount?
There's a theme here. The minimum allowable.
Do you get a power bonus?
Oh, hell no, you don't.
You get a rouse reroll.
Come on. You don't get disciplines for you to have that.
Do you get a feeding penalty?
Now, there you also don't get anything.
And I don't think you have a
Bane severity of 0. If it didn't say that you took superficial damage, you wouldn't take any, but it does.
All right, now, you are using a bagger.
Mm-hmm.
If you go down to this, I believe your bagger is void blood.
Well, what feeds into obfuscate?
That's true. That's true.
Isn't it like melancholy?
I think it is melancholy.
Now, my resonance is going to shift as I eat, of course.
It is. This is your chosen.
Okay, that's like your basic.
That's what you like.
Yeah, okay.
That's what tastes the best, because that's what you like to feed from.
Well, you know what? It's terribly easy to get your herd tuned in on that.
Agreed.
You want them sad? Oh, you can make them sad.
All right, so you still have your ambition and your desire to fill it up.
Yeah, long-term ambition. Milliner, it's got to be something about respect. You know it.
Well, I mean, you could always try to get Janet out of her...
any damn respect.
Get respect? Would that be your ambition or your desire? Because even in your embrace, they found a way to disrespect you on that one, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Well, first of all, they disrespected my wishes too. Damn it! What was it, Tommy? Yeah. Damn it, Tommy. I had a living will and everything.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Couldn't let you die, Grandpa.
You're a good lad, but you got to learn to think one of these days.
He's not good at that.
Okay, so...
I'm going to go ahead and say that Tommy is Janet's brother.
Okay.
We're building your relationship map.
Hey, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. So which one would that be? Well, it might be a desire, then, because that's kind of, okay, you've been embraced. Try and get any... Because if you're being an HR manager, long term, you just get used to being at the bottom of the slide where the poop comes down from above. And now you're on the vampire side. You got to establish a place with at least some sort of bare minimum respect.
Yeah. Okay, you desire respect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and your ambition. That's going to be long-term goals.
I need underlings. That would take a little while. I don't know.
Are you trying to build something?
Soul. So, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I need to build my own crew or something.
Are you trying to become a boss?
I think that's kind of where it's going, but that's going to take time.
That's what ambitions are for.
Let's see, how do we want to phrase this? Because that seems like a decent mafia.
What if you're trying to build a thin blood network?
That's right, it could be thin bloods too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Become a thin blood boss.
Be the boss of something.
Yeah, now that you're not going to die of old age, you might want to build something, you know?
When you're facing eternity, you don't want to be in your dead-end job.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's a long time to spend there.
All right, so you don't get a Bane, which means you also don't get a Compulsion.
Hey, cool.
That's interesting. You're going to be the only one at the table who doesn't suffer from morbidity.
We can fix that, actually.
All right, now, let's go ahead and do these little finishing touches. How old are you?
Let's see. So 1949, that's 51 plus 22.
Okay, so you're going to be...
73.
So you're going to be born in 1949?
Yep.
All right. Date of birth, 1949.
Let's see. Okay, there you got it in that one. 949er.
How long have you been embraced? Is that a this year? Holy shit. You're going to be born the Tuesday before game starts?
Why not?
Holy shit. Okay. So you're a parent age?
Oh, crap. I just did the math. I was 73.
73. And that'd be your true age, too, then. Your appearance. All I really want is your avatar's name. So if we just write
didn't
down...
we pick out David... I don't know how to spell his... David Carradine?
Yeah, you wanted to use David Carradine.
Yeah, that was the best idea I'd had to this point.
This is your...
Yeah, I like him with the hair.
Like that?
That one? That's a good one.
Cool. We'll get a picture of him. We'll give it... We'll send it over to HR.
Have it on my ID tag in, 3 to 5 weeks.
Exactly.
Unless we get busy with something else and that's more important than you.
All right, so your avatar is David We don't need all that. All right, David Carradine. Any distinguishing features you want to point out?
Dude, he's old as dirt.
I think he's got some pretty distinguishing features.
By default, he's got a very distinct look.
He does.
We'll add some quirks as we go on, of course.
Why don't you give me like a short paragraph just describing your character's life?
Let's see. So that's a good open question is how do you end up working in HR in the family?
Well, you're a milliner. They probably brought you in specifically for that purpose. Especially if you are going to be connected to the circulatory system.
Letting you know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hell, if you had a proficiency in dealing with people, and they brought you in specifically to do the circulatory system itself, they would have been like, all right, here's everything you need to know. Sorry, that's a lot, but you're good at what you do, and we need that. So...
Yeah, managing people has been his thing for decades and decades. I'm just thinking, when he's younger, he probably had some more colorful and PC history because that's how things work when you're trying to figure out where you fit in the world. Yeah. So I'm not sure what he did in his 30s, but from 40 on up for the last 3 decades, yeah, it's been keeping tabs on the vessels, making sure nobody goes wandering, cleaning up loose ends, kind of stuff.
Do you think you would have, when you were brought into the Giovanni, do you think you would have been part of the original Milliner deal, or?
Well, he would have been all of 1 year old.
That's
originally.
True. That's true.
So
it's something your family would have already been pretty tight involved in.
Mm-hmm. So by the time he's a teenager, they've been in the Giovanni for about 17, 18 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be some interesting dinner table conversations around that house. So, yeah, we got a new outfit we're working with now. Some Italian guys. Doesn't seem like the best. They don't seem to really respect us that much, but...
Well, I think it would have taken a couple of decades for them to really catch on that they weren't being treated the best.
Okay.
I don't think they would have walked in and went, "You're working for us, you dicks." Like, I don't think they would have.
I don't really know because I don't have any I need to read the clan book or something. I don't know that there is a clan book Milliner around.
No, there's Giovanni though.
But there's got to be pieces in there for fiction to get the worldview.
I think for the most part they were just they did a lot of financial sharing and stuff like that. They did a lot of the blue collar stuff that needed, or white collar stuff that they just needed to take care of, and made sure
You're the Chantry's stockbroker?
Yeah, pretty much.
Accountant! I curse you! I curse you with balls fall off! You have lupus! Not the werewolf kind! You just have a wasting disease! God. We have to see the new episode.
Yes, we do. After this, we'll get this done.
Okay. Well, you know what? That actually suggests a few things, because you come into okay, cool. He's coming into majority. He's looking for a job. Maybe they set him up as a bank branch manager, and working on that. But if you know the other, if he was cognizant of the other side of the business. It could have been a nice, smooth transition from, the part-timers are actually more valuable than the balance sheet over here. So, who's a local Giovanni of it? Actually, would it be Portland? Would he have grown up in Portland?
Probably not.
They're more of an East Coast.
Yeah, they're more of a New England, Boston, Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm. So that could be the thing. Run, okay, cool. Here's your balance sheet. Here's your staff. Here's your ranch. Keep things moving smoothly, but increasingly start just kind of leasing out feeding access to the staff.
Another thing to take into consideration is very recently the Giovanni have begun to rapidly lose power. Like, the Giovanni are no longer in control. The higher board members have disappeared. Younger members of the family are taking...
That could lead to a shakeup. The sort of thing that could send somebody from East Coast to West Coast.
Yeah.
And probably a little salty about that, too. Yeah. He just wanted to stay in where he was and do what he was doing and be ignored for the most part.
And then you find out...
Then he gets kicked... Then all this shit gets kicked up. The bosses are letting the place fall apart. Half of them are missing. Whatever.
I'm sure on the Milliner...
You get restationed to the wrong fucking coast of the country. And you're just getting settled in there. And and then you just stop breathing.
I can really see that the Milliners would see the Hikata family reunion almost coming off as a hostile takeover.
Kind of is
of their business.
Kind of is. They like the Cappadocians are back and they want to exercise these options for a fit and do a leveraged buyout for 51% of this fucking thing. No, actually Portland. So that brings up the question of the family reunion just happened. He was immortal at that point, so that's not going to be like you're a representative per se. But you could be sitting over there at the table with Scott Dunsern, talking about figures and what's going on with the future of this business.
Maybe you were sent to Portland because Tommy was over there doing business, and you had to go with him. Maybe you were in Portland temporarily to help balance the books with the new situation that's going on.
I think it's a restationing.
Yeah.
Because balancing the books, not the fiscal ones. Yeah. Circulatory system business.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives at least a piecemeal idea of how things got to where they are.
Okay.
He's going to be nostalgic for his old home territory a bit.
Yeah, Portland's weird. It's all over the damn place.
So I gotta go look up like Bostonian stereotypes and stuff.
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
Yeah,
beans.
I don't know. I had those. They claim that it's candy. I don't know. If it's candy, why does it taste like ashes and apathy?
All right, so give me something.
Okay, well I've given you some general timeline stuff. Type it in there. Oh, you want me to type it too?
I do.
Fucking get no respect.
Everybody else did it.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Milliner. Get to typing. I don't think there's anything in the book that says anything about the Giovanni being in charge of the circulatory system, but it just makes so much sense to me.
Nothing says they're fully in charge either. That might actually be one of those rare situations where there's actually a substantial inter-clan cooperation.
Yeah.
Which may mean that, it's more of a confederation of aligned interests than any kind of centrally managed entity, of course. But.
Yeah. All right, so Paul was born into the Milliner family shortly before they joined the Giovanni. As a young man, he was channeled into the family's banking business, but found out that the branch's employees were considerably more valuable to the family's patrons than its balance sheet was. Managing and procuring vessels come fairly naturally to Paul, and for over 3 decades he worked within the circulatory system to control increasingly large herds on the East Coast. With the recent family reunion, however, his settled life was upended as he was restationed without warning to the West Coast. Being in Portland allowed him to attend the ceremonies in person and be closer to his grandson. All right, at the kids' table, anyway. But the impression he got was that it's just another case of shit rolls downhill. And there's always a Milliner at the bottom with a mop. I thought you were going to write with his mouth open.
Not voluntarily.
All right. Do you have any special possessions you want to mark down?
Several suits,
like stuff you'd keep on you.
Several suits, a suppressed .22 pistol,
we'll get to weapons.
A favorite knife, penny loafers.
Tell you what.
A notebook with
a lot
of addresses. Yeah.
All right. What kind of pistol do you think you're carrying on you?
22.
22?
Yeah.
All right. This book is actually pretty darn good when it comes to the weapons. I like it a lot, actually. All right. So 22. Oh, here we go. That's going to be a light gunshot. Damage value of 2, +2. Switchblade is also going to be a +2. So those are your only weapons you'd carry?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you would have on your person? I would not mind knowing.
Cell phones just don't seem like they're going to come easily. You know what? Maybe he's got one of those Nokia basic ass.
Maybe.
Yeah. The ones where you could beat a motherfucker to death with. You're going to have to edit that.
Just tie
one of those phones.
Just tie it to a handle and use it as a hammer.
What you do? You take your sock off. You drop the phone in there, and you swing that stuff around like a mace. The phone's going to be fine.
Nokias do a +7 damage value.
Nice! I mean, he's not going to have a lot of unusual stuff, I don't think.
He seems like a handkerchief kind of guy.
Oh, yeah.
Old man car.
Old man car for the old man.
All right, so this is looking really good. We got you nice and tricked out. You should have 2 points to spend in backgrounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to put in your 2 from the backgrounds?
Well, do I get to spend the XP? Because
Not yet.
If I get 3, I would buy farm up.
Not yet, because I'm about to give you 35, so stop talking. Or I'm not going to give you anything.
Fine, put them in herd.
Okay, so 2 in herd?
Sure.
Okay. So far, you've been the most complicated.
I always manage to be complicated,
all right,
man. Come on.
So you get 35.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
+3, so I'm going to give you 38 points, because that actually is going to come out. That actually spends a lot easier than the 35. Okay. It really does. I don't know why. I've only had it be complicated one time. So yeah, you get some extra points to put in here. You wanted to put points into the circulatory system, which you have not done yet.
Yes, that's in your book.
Yes, it is. And I don't think I need this anymore, so I'll just hand that over to you to do whatever you want.
Okay, that's a 3-pointer, farm upstate.
Okay, so we are going to go into lore sheets. 3 points. So 38 minus 9. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Hey, it's 29.
I'm so used to the old thing.
I get you.
All right, so where are these going?
I got really used to the V5 stuff. Okay, so let's see, 29.
Keep in mind you don't have a haven.
Yeah, I have a house. That's different.
That counts.
Now, on the other hand, also...
You want to use the Hunter book? It counts as base. It's the exact same rules.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Because the Haven rules are... Well, I don't know. You managed to explain them out and make them work a little bit better, but they kind of stink.
Basically, what it says under Haven is that you can have 5 total points in Haven. Mm-hmm. Then you can decide how you're going to divide them up. Mm-hmm. So... Yeah, you have to have at least 1 point.
The whole thing in this book where it's like, okay, is your base Haven rating? Did you spend that point on a base Haven rating, or did you spend it on a merit, or do they both stack?
That's why I like these character sheets, because you can buy Haven here, and then you can divide your points up here and know where everything is. Here's your base Haven rating, whether or not you have no Haven.
They just didn't do a good job of explaining.
Oh, no. So they did a horrible job in the book.
So, yeah, in 2.0, I'm just saying, that's on the wish list of things that need to be a little easier to handle.
Yeah, Haven itself needs a chapter on, all unto itself.
Let's see. I could buy some skill points. That's potentially highly useful. Can we look at the front sheet there? Because
you definitely should have at least 1 point in Streetwise.
Well, I've got a specialty. That's 1 die.
Actually, I do need this for the XP expenditures.
3 times level.
Yeah, I just don't. I never remember that stuff personally. Okay, so you're not taking a black market at all?
Well, I'm probably going to have to... Actually, I might have a black market contact. Or influence. Actually, how does influence work these days?
Influence works on just what people are willing to do for you.
I've got to take at least 2 dots of resources, or I won't be able to pay my fucking bills.
True.
Okay, let's throw that right off the top. So that leaves 7.
So you want 2 points in resources?
Yes. Not enough to be spending wildly, but... Oh, Mala! I was going to take Mala.
So how many points in resources?
2. I think that's about the minimum I could slip by on.
And backgrounds are...
3 each.
Just 3 each, yeah.
Yep.
I like that. I really do.
The math is a lot easier.
You wanted Mala?
We talked about that earlier.
What kind of Mala?
Now, that's true, because Mala can also be a group of vampires as well.
Mm-hmm.
One of the examples, actually, in High Clan is, I think, a 3-point group of high generation vampires, which is under your influence, but that's kind of a political maneuver to get that to happen. He hasn't met the Thin Blood faction in the city yet, so that might be a little too soon to be putting that down as anything.
Mm-hmm.
But originally, I had the idea that he would have a sponsor. But what is his grandson in the organization?
No, he's an embraced Milliner at this point. So, I mean, as it is, the minor families are getting a lot more respect than they ever did before. The Giovanni are getting more disrespect than anything else. So,
well, past history.
I would see your grandson as like an auditor.
I don't know quite how far that goes. Wasn't there? You were talking about it potentially being someone's pet project.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, somebody who would embrace you just to see it happen. But that kind of scrubs the deck when we brought in Thomas.
No, they could have been talking about it behind my back.
Possibly. So
who would his sponsor count as?
Like who his sire would be?
Actually, maybe. I don't know. Who would be interested in, hey, let's make a thin-blooded Giovanni like we were talking about, and go with that concept and be like, Tommy, your vitae is getting pretty thin, and you're right there in the house. Just when the opportune moment hits in, we're going to do that.
I would say that would most likely be my Hecata NPC, Martin Luther Black.
Cool. How many points is he?
As many points as you want to dump into him.
Okay. Well, the book guideline gives it in Camarilla terms. Is he a ancilla? Is he an elder? Is he...
It's more of social status and standing.
Well, there's a thing in there.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean by that is, like, the Hecata, they have such a new range of things. It's not even really... I think the Camarilla's ideals on it aren't really going to pull through.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't translate very well.
Not really.
Well, I still need to see the chart for any kind of an idea on what the relative level of pull would be.
Okay.
Because I don't know how many points are assigned to those values.
Okay. Well, you also didn't take any thin blood.
Oh, crap. Well, those aren't point delineated.
No, they are not.
But we do need to get through those.
We will look at those. All right, so a Mala, the way they have it marked down is a neonate, an ancilla, an elder, a primogen, or an Anarch Revolutionary Council member or a prince or a baron.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2 or 3 here.
Yeah, I wouldn't go any further than that. Now, he, just to let you know, was Sabbat. He was a Harbinger.
Oh, okay. Shit gets complicated, huh? It's good to have connections in the Kindred world as well as the mortal world.
True.
So he was Sabbat, but he's a Harbinger. How many points do I have left? Let's see. Because
calculator says you got 23.
Yeah, Herd was the last point of Benny's. So yeah, I spent 15 on that so far out of, what was it, 30 something?
38.
38. Well, 3 points of Mullah.
3 points of Mullah?
Yeah. Martin Luther Black. Maybe I need a retainer.
Mullah. I knew you were going to talk about retainer.
Dude, he can't fight for himself. He needs friends.
You put MLB or Martin Luther Black or whatever you want to do. Yeah, he was a character that I played in a Sabbat game. He was all obsessed with the history. He wanted to be called a Cappadocian, not a Harbinger.
Contacts and retainers. Retainers are contacts. Not a lot of mileage left.
Haven.
You really want me to have a haven?
I really don't want you to be homeless.
Resources. I can manage an apartment.
Okay, that just means you don't have any extra security and stuff.
No.
Okay.
I've got an idea on that or two, but
have you staying in the Portland Arms?
Well, I mean, I just moved here, so
maybe you're at the Benson.
Maybe.
Seems to be where I put everybody. The Benson Hotel.
We don't know where you're going.
Giovanni had the 5th floor of the Benson completely rented out at one point.
I think I need a pair of underlings.
Okay, so retainers.
Yeah.
Within 1, 2.
I think they're going to be 2 points each.
2 points each, so 4.
Yeah, I think that's how the math works out. So now I need to figure out their name, identity, how I grabbed them, and how that works out.
Okay. That's 12.
Otherwise, just yep. And change of 2. There's. I can't buy anything with that.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and up that to 3 if you want to just take one more background trade or something.
Oh.
Because I'd rather have you start with a blank slate.
Okay, cool. Then put another point into Herd.
The Herd?
Yeah. It's kind of his specialty.
Yeah.
So it seems less really silly. So, underlings.
Ben and Jerry?
Guido and Nunzio.
Tom and Jerry?
Guido and Nunzio. I'll do that too if you let me get away with it. Let's see. Now, are they from his family, or are they outsiders? Or are they from Giovanni in general?
Well, let's see. David's character, Valentino, is a Pisanov.
Okay.
And his employees, because he runs a funeral home, are Pisanov.
Okay.
So you're not stuck with just milliners. You can hire outside help if you want to.
Okay.
Of course, the milliners are going to do what the milliner do best. So keep track of money and all that.
You'd think with those backgrounds that they would hang out with the Duncern a lot.
Possibly. I think a lot of the issue is families just not getting along. And the Duncerns are just straight out cannibals.
Yeah, that's a little freaky. On the other hand, when you need a body gone,
you know who to feed it to?
You can send it over to Jerry's apartment and you expect that it won't come back.
I'm glad you didn't say Jeffrey.
Jeff's place.
Dahmer.
Ah, gotcha. Does the hot dog man canonically have a name?
Oh my God, no, he does not. Because his identity changes every now and again. For a time he was a woman, or at least he wore a woman's skin.
So what's a Dunsern who might be interested in some work?
I don't know. I've only got one Dunsern.
Oh, okay.
All I've got is
I'm
Scott.
not going to put
You're
Scott
not getting
down
Scott
as a retainer.
Scott's nobody's retainer
Okay.
at this point.
Scott's no one's retainer. In the corner,
Scott.
Scott. Okay.
Already in the ring.
At 120 pounds.
Poor guy.
Well, let's see.
Are we just gonna go all the apostles? We got Paul. We got John. Do you want Matthew?
We got a Thomas.
Do you want Matthew?
Let's see. No. Where's the?
No, Peter. There's enough NPCs named Peter.
Damien.
Oh my God. Damien's the incompetent retainer. Leave him alone. He tried his best.
For a biblical apostle kind of things, I would go with Moses. You ever read about Saint Moses Black?
You do Moses
Oh
Miller.
my God, he kicked. Really? Oh, okay.
I've met people named Moses nowadays. They're usually older, but
There.
family name.
John and Moses.
All right, cool.
We'll just keep all of this in the book.
So that's all of that. And
okay, I gotta get my thin blood.
you want to look into the
taken
thin
care
blood
of.
stuff now.
No, hey, you don't have to go discipline shopping. With
You don't
it.
have to go discipline shopping. The thin bloods have a very interesting set of, I guess, abilities, advantages, whatever you want to put it here, where they don't have a point value. The merits and flaws only apply to thin blood characters. They have no dot value. Each flaw balances to a merit and vice versa. Thus, do not count against the maximum dots of advantages and flaws allowed to select during character creation or purchasing through experience. So you can actually take as many of these as you want as long as we can balance them out with a flaw.
Mm-hmm. I put some brain work into this.
I think we went through it once, and there was really only one or two that were hard to explain. Not impossible.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that don't specifically together very well. There's a couple that are explicit in their rules that you don't take them together. Although it's specifically delineated that you can take. What was it? Suspected by the Camarilla and a Camarilla recruit at the same time, because that's how it is.
So let's look at these and figure out what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of liked baby teeth right off the top.
Baby teeth?
Baby teeth.
Okay, so that's a flaw.
Oh, yes, it is.
So thin blood.
Bite people.
Thin blood, baby teeth. What does baby teeth do?
Your fangs never grow in.
I'm just going to mark it as a 1.
Let's see. You never developed fangs, or the ones you've got are useless for feeding. You either need to cut your victims open or extract their blood with a syringe.
That sucks, dude. Maybe you need a syringe case.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're a bagger.
I need a little medical bag. It's not actually. That's not a bad idea. That's in the car. Let's go with a little doctor bag.
So what are we countering baby teeth with?
I already know what I want. I want Day Drinker.
Day Drinker.
Yeah.
And what does Day Drinker do?
Oh, it's so good. Sunlight halves your health tracker, rounded up, but otherwise simply removes your vampiric abilities, including all disciplines and health benefits, and does no other damage.
Sunlight renders you mortal.
It renders you mortal, mostly.
Don't get shot in the daytime.
Oh, don't get shot. My God, don't get shot at all.
Don't get shot.
You realize that shit's aggravated.
That should be one of your convictions. Don't get shot.
Don't get shot.
Never get shot.
It's aggravated damage.
I know. All right. So what else?
And you don't heal it naturally. You have to heal that as ag.
I know.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the other things is I might take frickin' what is it? Vampiric resilience would be very nice to have. Now let's see. This is top candidates include Branded by the Camarilla and Clan Curse.
Now, why does the Camarilla want you so bad? Why do they hate you?
Thin blood.
No, that's not necessarily. I mean, yes, that
I thought
means
that was sufficient generally.
I mean, it can be, but like in Portland, you're really going to have to do something to tick them off. Like, because Teeny's is open and has a business license.
They're fairly cosmopolitan there.
I think that was actually our biggest issue when Josh wanted to play a Thin Blood, is he wanted to just take Branded by the Camarilla and be hated for no reason. And he wouldn't give me a reason on why his character was...
Well,
but I don't run...
There's got to be a way to make them loathe my ass. Even if it's as simple as failure to suck up at a crucial moment.
Maybe you cut the Camarilla off of the circulatory system.
Oh,
that would do it.
I would totally do that too. Because Paul's gonna kiss ass.
Now, what does it say, branded? Does it say that? Are you literally
branded?
Okay, you've done something to really bother them.
You know that farm upstate? That used to be theirs.
And they would have caught you and branded you for that?
Well, personal grudge, yeah. Who was running it before me?
Well, when did you take over?
Recently, like in the last 5 years.
Then Billy Smith, probably.
Billy Smith.
Billy Smith would brand you.
Oh my God, Billy Smith would totally do that. He would drag me in, haul me my freaking pants down in front of Elysium and do it himself.
Yep. So, Thin Blood branded
by Camarilla. Yeah, and now I can have a grudge against them too. So that's a double bonus.
And what's your merit on top of that?
Well, we talked about. Let's see. Oh yeah, I kind of want vampiric resilience.
Vampiric resilience? Yeah. What is vampiric resilience do?
You don't take aggravated damage from fucking guns and swords. It's the only chance I have if things devolve in combat.
Yeah,
man.
That's true. But you are stake bait.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
So, the plus on stake bait is that kicks in. I don't have to heal that as aggravated damage.
Very true.
No problem there. Fixes everything. Problem with Clan Curse is not having any damn teeth.
I don't know if you can take Clan Curse with baby teeth.
Yeah.
Given your Clan Curse.
Just specifically because it is what it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think I'm going to have to limit you on those two.
That doesn't really work so well.
If you were playing
what about the compulsion's not going to kick in, really.
The compulsion isn't the same thing as the bane.
Well, that's one. Okay, so I really think I think Shunned by the Anarchs is a suicide death wish in this city, considering the way the plot's going. So we're going to skip that. Plus, you can't be hated by all the factions at the same time.
You can.
It's not a good idea. It's just not a good idea. So Dead Flesh is out. I do not want to be a zombie wandering around. That's going to be a problem.
It's a family thing.
No thanks. Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. Cannot rouse the blood to mend. Instead, healing is immortal. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, but okay, never mind.
You get hurt, you're out of commission.
You cannot take vampiric resilience if you take the flaw. See that, but I didn't know. I knew that made it easier to get injured, but it's not as bad as it was because it at least does give you mortal healing, so that you can heal in its place. 126. That's not completely out of the question.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for what happens when a mortal gets hurt.
Oh, usually it takes them a couple weeks to come back into game, and since the game is running a day at a time,
that'd be a long dropout. Okay, maybe not such a good idea. Now here's the real kicker of a question, probably that's going to make the decision. If I have Bestial Temper and Day Drinker, am I still going to freak out in the sunlight?
What does it say under bestial? Or
you are affected with the beast equal to a full vampire. You need to test for frenzy as per the normal vampire rules.
That's hard because the name suggests that it's all about fury frenzy, not fear frenzy. But I could also see maybe every time you try to do anything during the day, you'd have to throw that initial frenzy check, and then it's like you have to your beast has to steady itself before you do anything.
Yeah, that's gonna.
I think I would definitely make you have to throw that initial one.
Yeah, that would cripple my style a lot. Okay, so We're not going to get resilience then.
Okay.
It's going to be mortal frailty instead.
Mortal frailty?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking this away.
Yep. Yeah, because it's incompatible.
Okay, so mortal frailty is a flaw, correct?
Oh, yes.
Mortal frailty. And what am I...
That's my 3. So resilience is going to go away.
What am I replacing resilience with?
Thin blood alchemy.
Thin blood alchemy. Okay.
And that leaves me one more thin blood positive to pick out here.
Mm-hmm. Lifelike?
I don't know how that's useful considering...
What does it say?
Considering you have Blush of Life on at all times.
What does it
You
say?
have a heartbeat, can eat food, and enjoy sexual activities like a mortal. All but the most advanced medical inspections reveal nothing out of the ordinary, assuming they happen at night.
Okay. Well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Blush of Health is not going to help you get through a medical examination. Just because you have a pinkish hue to your skin and stuff isn't going to...
Well, that could be useful then if I do have to take a lot of damage and go to the actual hospital.
True.
So there's 3 things that would be tremendously helpful there. The discipline affinity, lifelike, or...
Well, you've already got 1 discipline because of your...
Yeah, 1 point, which is...
And I think that's a house thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's actually how the game's supposed to
maybe
work,
not, but...
I don't care. You're 1 point.
Also, I don't care about that because the game already took 3 discipline dots off my character sheet.
Yeah.
And you can't say that it replaced them with these thin blood things because I have to pay for each of these with a flaw.
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
Now, catenating blood, discipline affinity, or...
What's catenating blood?
Catenating blood lets you make ghouls.
Oh.
You can create blood bonds and perform the embrace as a regular vampire. Any vampire you create will be a thin blood. See, that would be tremendously useful
for John and Moses.
John and Moses there.
I can see that.
Because otherwise, they're going night by night for everything.
Yeah.
Now, discipline affinity is not as useful as might be the case because if I'm in the daytime, I can't do that.
No. But at night, you can order people around.
Mm-hmm. Mortals, anyway.
Mortals.
Probably lifelike.
Probably other thin bloods, too.
Damn. Oh, that's true.
And you want to build a thin blood empire.
I guess so. Catenating or lifelike? I'm going to end up in the hospital at some point. I better go with lifelike.
Lifelike? Okay.
Yeah, somebody's going to shoot me for some reason, you know.
Eventually.
Eventually someone's going to.
All right. Now, question. Your thin blood alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to play that off?
I like the laboratory style. What's it? Fixatio?
Okay. How did you get started?
And with a bagger also.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
That kind of plays right into it.
So you mix things together separately and then ingest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, actually, and that's how you can get started. They're just like, you know what? I'm bored. What if?
Well, usually.
What if? Okay, hear me out here. So I'm going to take. We'll start with a half pint here of Terry right after we put the snake in the room with them. Then we're going to put a shot of Diane. And we're going to put a shot of rum, because he can have that. Put it on ice, olive, shake it, strain it. There you go.
Now it says for thin blood alchemy, though, a lot of thin blood alchemy start because they get a hold of like a notebook or something like that.
Circulatory system. You have to procure first of all, he could luck into some of this just by playing to his own tastes. If nothing else, if he's got lifelike, he's not Blush of Life, eat something, vomit it later. He can literally eat food.
Yeah.
And drink drinks and so on and so forth. So that's some of the ingredients that you could have in these mixtures. So, but also procuring things for the circulatory system, people want them for a reason. Why exactly do you need this, and this? Oh, really? You're getting it for a guy who does what with it? you can... Sure, I'll have that. 1 second. Get 2 of everything on this list.
All right, so learning this, though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you start with any? Like, how does...
Oh, yeah. You were at the page there, actually.
Yeah, I'm on that.
So, 282 in the hymnal here. And I believe you get, like, 1 formula to start out with.
Okay. All formula require vitae from the alchemist, human blood of the correct resonance. Mm-hmm. The resonant human blood can be stored in a blood bag.
Oh, that's good.
Or in a Starbucks cup. The specific amount needed depends on the degree of the donor's resonance and on the storyteller's whim. Mm-hmm. In these rules, power level always refers to the level of alchemy involved, not the level of power counterfeited with the formula.
Which is generally 1 lower, sort of.
Yeah. All formula have a cost to distill and then the cost to activate. The distillation cost reflects the fact that all formula include the alchemist's own vitae, a single rouse check. Activation cost for the formula is the same as using the power normally, free or some number of additional rouse checks. Once the activated, the alchemist makes distillation roll to determine how effective the particular mixture was. Each version of alchemy builds a different dice pool for the distillation roll.
Oh, I should have looked into what those were, but
yeah,
too late now.
The more successes, the more effective the mixture. They've got a 2, 4, and 6 here as a list. Some powers, let's see. To learn a new formula, research time, whether the alchemist spends pouring through laboratory or in a meditation or tasting expeditions or performing laboratory
night
experiments.
By night, we can probably ignore me learning any formulas right off.
Yeah, but I'm worried about like startup. Let's see. All right, so do you want to go with one of the standard level 1s here, or do you want to try to imitate something else?
Oh, you mean like a discipline imitation? I don't even know what the things are.
Because we had talked about making like a blood alchemist necromancy kind of thing, thin blood necromancy.
Not gonna lie, if I could imitate one thing about a vampire, it'd be to make a freaking vampire health potion. Considering what's
right. Let's see. We have Far Reach.
That's right, because they stole it from the Tremere and gave it to the fucking Thin Bloods. You're gonna have to bleep that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Far Reach, which is telekinesis. Haze formula creates a field of mist that follows the user, rendering...
Because they stole it from the Tremere and gave it to the frickin' Thin Bloods.
Or Profane Heroes Gamos, which I believe they switched to a level 2.
Yeah, I think that happened as well.
Yeah.
Or, I think that's all you get, really.
Yep.
Because I don't think you can counterfeit a level 1 yet.
I don't think... Yeah, I think you have to wait before you can do that. So...
Smoke Bomb.
Smoke Bomb? You're going to take Haze?
If my choices are Telekinesis and Smoke Bomb, I'm taking Smoke Bomb.
Okay, let's see. Can we put that up here? Is Thin Blood Alchemy here?
I don't know. It looks like it is.
There we go. And Haze. All right, so in my thought, you have a completed character sheet here.
Actually,
what?
Given that we're doing this night by night and we're unlikely to ever get a downtime action.
Maybe. I really don't know. As it is right now, the story is going night by night.
Yeah, because at that point, just thinking mechanically, I might be better off saying heck with alchemy.
Okay.
Because that's all I'll ever get out of that.
Possibly.
And go with discipline affinity, because then I could lobby to get my vampire starting discipline points.
Okay, so...
Probably not all of them, but I could probably start with Dominate 2.
So you're thinking Discipline Affinity. And you want Dominate. That's not Haze.
I don't think it is, actually.
What level of Dominate would you like to take?
It's just because if this is a short-term character, I'm not going to have a year to fill out a formulary.
That's true. That's true. let's see. Your first levels of Dominate are either
Cloud Memory or Command, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
And then what's the second?
It's Cloud Memory or Compel.
Ah, okay.
And then there's Mesmerize, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Because the next one is Demontation, and you're not getting Demontation.
Aw, no? S-E-Z-E? I think I think that's UK versus US.
Can you take that?
Isn't that the second one?
Yeah. You're allowed to have 2 levels?
Well, if you're a vampire starting the game, you get 1 level 1 and 2 level 2, and 1 level 2, right?
Not for. I don't think that's how Thin Bloods work, though.
I have capability of using a discipline, though.
Yeah, but that's not how Thin Bloods start. Where are your? There we go.
Thin Bloods don't get any normally, but let's see. What's the merit say?
You have the affinity with certain discipline. Picked a character creation, you gain a dot in this discipline.
Okay, it's outright defined. Fuck it, leave it at damn. Sorry, leave it on Haze then.
Oh, you do want that?
Yeah, Mesmerize is what I would reach for, because go into the back filing cabinet and hand me this record.
Okay, so go ahead and type Haze back on there. Going back and forth.
Ah, well, hey, at least I only really got 1 there.
Okay, and you take Thin Blood Alchemist. Okay.
Okay, there it is.
All right, so just going over this one more time. We've got Paul Milliner, who is the HR of the circulatory system. He wants to be the boss of something. He wants to earn some respect. He's a bagger, 14th generation, whose sire is Thomas Milliner, who's his grandson. Mm-hmm. Who got embraced before he was. Yeah, mortal-wise.
His grandsire is Martin Luther Black. Then.
Which means he's his own grandpa.
Welcome to the Giovanni clan.
All right, your physicals, your socials, and your mentals. All right. We good with all?
Yeah, I'm going to get killed. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting character. You got Janet as your touchstone.
Damn it.
Want any more?
If something comes up organically, I can't think off the top of it. I'm not in that situation.
Okay. You're probably going to end up dealing with a lot of human family members and stuff like that. I can do that.
Yeah, that's good. I can latch on to somebody.
Yeah. All right, you got Obfuscate and Thin Blood Alchemy Phase, which is kind of interesting.
Pop Smoke and Evade.
And you have one of the most complicated second scenes I have seen. I have never seen anybody fill out all of the background things that characters do.
I spent no points on disciplines whatsoever.
Yeah, no. 73-year-old. All right, I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to go on this one. So let's see how you died.
Okay.